Hello, everyone. So I was talking to Erlyn between class, and she said, "Are we ever going to learn uh, to learn what you'd say at the same time?" And I wondered, are you folks interested in doing that? Because we've just been doing the hello and the goodbye this way, but we can just add something to it. So it's totally up to you whether you learn it or not. But let me just remind you because of how to do the, so our right hand makes a fist, and our left, and we put the fist, see, here we go. It's been so long. And we put this part of our fist into our palm. And then this is not done in some of the other schools, but Yang Family School always, this is for humility. We always cover right here. So it's like this, and then we press out, right? So everybody's been doing that really lovely. Okay, so when we go to salute, and you can look this up online and I'll send you information about it. Maybe I can find a link of how it's really pronounced. We're going to basically go like this. And I'm going to say hello, students, in Mandarin, and you'll say hello, teacher. So I would say, 同学们好, how being hello, and, or greetings or something. And you would say, 老师. Okay, so once you say that, 老师,
老师
how?
好
Now, I'm not going to have, I don't speak Mandarin, so I'm not necessarily, I'll find a link that'll tell you, is it how or how or how? I should look that up. But if you just say 同学们好, I mean, 老师好, sorry. So let's do that part. So 同学们好, that means students hello. You say
老师好
老师好. Nice, nice. Okay. And then when we finish, I will go 同学们再见, which is goodbye, I understand. And you will say 老师再见.
老师
Laosha. What's the second word?
Well, that's the one I can't really pronounce very well. So I'll try to I'll give you a link to that. But
Okay.
再见, something like that. Something like that. But you're going to hear that it's going to be different than I said it because I don't speak Mandarin. Okay. So it's absolutely fine to do that. And increasingly, we're starting to get a little more formal on their classes. So if you want to do it, great. You don't feel like you have to. It's Zoom. So do what works for you. And whatever, if you don't want to do our salute, you can do whatever is a way of saying hello that's respectful, and goodbye that's respectful. That's what we're all about, actually. So welcome. Having completed that, it is Halloween, and no, I didn't come in costume today in 2023. And I had to make sure, no, it's really there. And today we are going to go review High Pat on Horse, answer any other questions that you might have, and get started on our separation kicks. So that's the agenda. Does anybody have any questions from last week besides the High Pat on Horse and our new move? Do you have anything besides those moves? All right, then what I suggest we do, something may come to you, is let's just take a moment and do what we know of the second section. Prepare. Embrace tiger, return to mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Fist. Under elbow. Remember, this right arm just hangs out and then makes a fist and punches kind of down diagonally. The pulse monkey. Two. Three. Diagonal flying. Raise hands and step forward. White crane spreads its wings. Left brush knee and push. Needle to see bottom. Fan through back. Turn body. Chop with fist. Step up. Parry, block, and punch. Now, if you need to, let's adjust our position. Step up and grasp the bird's tail. Right ward off. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Cloud hands. 1. 2. 3. 'High pat on horse. As your weight comes back, change your hands and bend that right arm. Change your footwork. Execute. All right. So how are we feeling about cloud hands and or anything we did today? Is there any questions you have, or shall we just review the high pat? Dorothy.
Could you just go over the turn body, chop with fist?
Sure.
Yes,
Sure. I'd be happy to. So let's see, where are we? We are at fan through back. And just to remind you, sometimes we all are more familiar with with this one, which is a single whip. And fan through back is like that. We just bend this arm and protect our right temple. So turn body, chop with fist. We're going to shift to center, and then we're going to rotate and push down with our right hand as our left hand circles up, and we're going to turn that left foot all the way to the corner. So here we are. Then as we come back, we're going to make a fist with that right hand. Then right arm comes up, left arm comes in, ready to strike at the same time that we step out for a right bow step. Then we put 30% on it. So we start to move forward. 30%. Then we turn the upper body to help throw out and continue to move forward and bend our knee. So those are sort of the pieces. So the footwork is from that single whip footwork, which is very straight up, right? We're going to shift our weight in this direction, have it on the heel of our left foot, and turn. It's just like doing, but with the other foot, doing single whip. We're going to come back, let the ball of our right foot just pivot, pull in our right foot and step out. Then we're stepping out for a bow step, but we're going to do something that's a lot like an empty step, because we're going to keep 70% of the weight back here, but we're going to come down on that pad, because that's going to help us throw our right arm to do that, because we're throwing our right arm like a mace. Then we're going to continue forward and turn our upper body square. So it hasn't turned square yet. The arms, I'm going to show you from here. So the right arm is going to kind of rotate and push down. So watch that right arm. See, it rotated and then it pushes down. It's actually going to be grabbing, somebody's attacking from this corner over here, and we're going to deflect them across us while our other arm is over our head, protecting us. Then as we come back, we make a fist. Nothing else changes. Then left arm's dropping, right arm is coming up. It's just swinging up, and we're making a bow step. Then 30%, and you time that 30%. So it would be like this, right? As your weight goes there, it helps to throw that out. Then strike. So I can also send you the link again for the class for that if you want to see it again. Any questions, Dorothy?
No, that was helpful. Thank you.
Fabulous. It is a huge move, and it's like a lot of those moves that that you kind of get and then you lose, and you have to kind of do it again. And the good news is in section 3, we do the exact same move, but instead of keeping your hand like this, you open it up so that you're basically like flicking at somebody, at their eyes or poking their eyes. And that's called snake spits out its tongue. That's the only change. So it's an easy one at that time. All right, how are we feeling on high pad on horse? Let's review everything just real quickly, all right? So reviewing the footwork, I'm gonna suggest we'll do it from both sides here. Where are we? Oh, here, this is where we are. There we go. We're here. So reviewing the footwork, we're rocking back and we're getting our weight is coming all the way over our right foot. Then we change our footwork to an empty step, one line, two sides for the ball. And then we turn, we haven't turned our torso yet. We turn our torso as we put on the 30%. So we're going to do it from here now. From that single whip position, we're coming back, changing our footwork to one line, two sides. We did not change our turn yet. We're still very open to this corner. And then 30%, we're squaring. And from this side, shifting back, bringing our foot in, 30% with the turn. Any questions about the footwork? All right, sounds good. All right, and let's do the same thing with the hands and also talk about the coordination of the footwork. So let me just go over that once this direction. So there's a lot going on with this right arm. So the left arm's just going to turn, and you've done that before, rotate and to pull, right? But the right arm here, as you move to your weight to the center, the right hand is going to unfold and sit. Now, it's not going to sit straight up, but it's going to sit like this, because ultimately this part of you is going to come here. So you've got to get this ready. So from here, it's going to open and get ready. And then your arm's going to close. This is my right arm. So from here, halfway, all of that happens. And then as you go the rest of the way with your weight, and at the very end, shift your foot. When you end up here, you're still turned to the corner. You never get rid of that massive turn to the right. And you're here, all ready to go. Then what happens is we put 30% on that ball of our front foot, turn, pull in, and strike out. The target is to strike somebody in the throat with this part of your hand, and you're pulling them into you. So what's actually happening is you're pulling them towards you, and you're into your hand. So You don't have to reach all the way out because you're pulling them into you. It's all going to happen right here. So let's try it from here. Together. So going to center, you're getting your hands started and finishing the sitting. I'm at center now. All the way over. See how I'm rocking back on my heel? And I've kept the turn. If you don't keep the turn, it's particularly hard. And I stopped. It's particularly hard if you stop to lift up that foot, especially if you're like me and you have a long step. All right, so you bring it in. That's all done by the time everything's in place. Then turn 30%. Nice. And from here. Shifting back, setting our arms, changing our footwork, and execute. Another time for practice. Shifting back, bending that right arm, change the footwork, 30%. So this left arm is going to end up right where your rib is. So find that bottom rib. You should always feel like you've come and you're not hanging out here somewhere. You're actually going to bring them right into you. Boom. They're not going to get there, but you're going to aim for that. So they're like coming in like this, which is going to help you get that. All right. So you're grabbing and pulling them in. So in there, and then your other arm is out here. So this is how the end position will look. Elbows always down. Nice, Michael. Nice. Any more questions about that? Yeah, Erlyn. Oh, unmute. Unmute.
So just to be absolutely clear, there's actually contact between the side of your hand and your rib cage, or no?
There is for me.
Okay.
But let me also point out, and I don't think you're having this problem. Let me also point out, it's tricky. You don't want to do this, right? Because this would open the shoulder. And then if somebody can push on your shoulder, and you don't want that. I've had both of my shoulders rotator cuff surgery. Too much judo. So you know, this is how you protect it. Whether you're a baseball player, or a football player, or a judo player, or a Tai Chi person, you always have to make sure you don't keep. We talk about our back being rounded, and there's other reasons for that, and our chest sunk. Okay, so, and I don't think you were having that problem, but I just thought I'd mention it since we're talking about that. Looks nice, Dorothy. Yeah, and Erlyn, you were practicing it. Any other questions on that one? Would you like to start on left separation kick? What a buildup there's been. Oh my gosh. Well, it's one of these, it's a little bit like a turn body chop with fist. It's one of these things that you'll be asking about for a long time, but we'll get started on that, right? All right, so I'm gonna show it to you, I think. So first of all, I'm gonna tell you why I have these on the floor, because this has some crazy footwork. So you know how we've gone to the corner as well as like a bow step to the corner? And we've stepped to the corner, but only one other time did we step less than corner. right? You remember at one point, our left foot wasn't quite, and we stepped out for a bow step that was 45 degrees because when we turn, our left foot doesn't come quite to straight. And then we had stepped out. That was for Embrace Tiger Return to Mountain, that we did a step like that, you'll recall. Well, in this particular case, we're going to be stepping funkily, and so I'm taking a risk so you can really see if I make it or not here, but I'm going to show you folks. So we're here. Does that look about right? All right. So here is, I'll just show you, maybe I'll show you both separation kicks. We'll see how it goes. So this is the first separation kick. This is the second. I'm sorry. Yes, it comes in. Yes, it comes in. So I just have to remember what I'm doing. All right, so those are the two separation kicks. So what kind of a kick is this? Some people call this a toe kick, but it's not done with your toe. It's done with the top part of your foot. All right, so you can do a toe kick. You can do a toe kick like this. You could do it like this. You could do it, in fact, for the moment, why don't we just go to the diagonal and stand? And I want you to turn your body towards the diagonal. Okay, nice. And then just put your foot out. We've done this before, and bring it in, right? All right, and then I want you to sort of, if you can, kick it out. And I want you to think when you're kicking it out that you're kicking with this part of your foot. I don't know how to say it. Actually, it's this part of your, it's not your toes. It's like this part of your foot. Okay, it's the top. It's just behind your toes. It's the top of your foot, right? That's what you're doing. You're not kicking with your toes. You're so what we're doing here, and I'll send you something about that, is somebody punches at us and we deflect it, and then they punch right at us again, and we deflect it and we grab both arms, and then we wrap them up. So what happens to them is they punched us and we grab their arm, and then we grab their other arm, and then we like twist them up and get them kind of like this. And my kidney's exposed. And when my kidney is exposed, so when you see this part of it, you've wrapped them up. And then you can kick them. You can kick them wherever you're able to kick them. So that's what's happening is you're going to kick out like this, and you're going to kick them here. All right, so that's kind of the technique that's involved. It's different from the other kick that we have, which is more of a stomp kick. More of a stomp. It's called a heel kick. And it's different. So whether you do it this way or whether you do it this way, it's a stomp kick. This is different. And in the kicks we show in our forms, we don't turn like this. a whole lot. It's pretty much just up, okay, in the forms. Obviously, you could do this kick in a variety of directions. All right, so this is that's where you're kicking. So let's try that from both sides, since we're going to do it on both sides. You can just for now stand in the corner here, and you can just mirror me if you want, or whatever, whatever you want to do. And then I just want you to like imagine if you can balance here, here, here. In fact, you can go here. Remember we did the cooking arms a while ago? So we were crossed, like in cross hands. And then we'll go through this again. We open up. Remember I told you last time, you are more stable. Nice, nice. And if you're on a rug, a nice way to practice the coordination is just sort of put your toe on the ground. Nice. Let's do it on the other side. So again, we're square to the corner, right? We're turned to the corner and we're here. Oh, actually, let me go through this. We did it once before. So it's a lot like cross hands, right? We're crossed right behind not at the wrists, but behind the wrists, but not in the middle forearms, right? We're backs rounded. All right. And we're going to rotate. And you see how my arms are like grabbing arms? My hands are, and then come down. So they're not like this, they're like this, right? A lot like that chop we did before. So you've done part of this before, right? You've kind of made a rainbow a bit. Now I want to talk about that. We are not going way up here and coming down. At the same time, we're not just doing this, just absolutely flat. There is a little bit, a very little bit of up, just a little bit, because you're going up and you're going out. So you started a little further. You see my forearms, my upper arms? When I close them, do you see how they come in just a little bit? Down just a little bit. So it just comes up a little bit, the littlest bit. Yes,
Dee Dee,
Erlyn. Yes.
Can you just because I can't really tell from the camera, but can you just tell like what is your fingertip level at its highest when you're crossing up here in front of your feet? What's the
do it this way?
Go,
How about I do it this way? It does cross my face.
Yeah, right. Your fingertips are almost to the top.
It does cross my face. And
thank you.
Yeah, I see if I could get my face at the right level here. If that helped. All right. I've never gotten that question before, so thanks. And I will also, but I think if you take this arm and you just go like this, but you go up just, you see how this arm is here? It's going to end up like this. Your elbow's going to rise maybe that high as it comes out. All right. So I think that will help you with that. All right. So something you can do at home is don't worry about being inside the corners or anything for now. You can be here and you can just like go straight, and you can, well, the other thing I want you to start practicing is however low you go, like I go pretty low. Most of you probably just barely bend your knees. You want to have the sense of unsquatting, of coming up from a squat. Not that you're squatting, right? But you're bent, and you want to have this sense when you're kicking, even if you just do it like this. Watch, you see me come up. You want to come up and out. you want to come up and out. So watch. Up and out. So that's the coordination. Up and out. And in some of the forms, you would be doing this, or in some of the kicks, you'd be doing this to get to this position, and then you would kick. Now, if you're kicking for real, it's a lot to go through. If you're kicking for real, what's your target for your leg? Your target for your thigh is at or above
Target.
horizontal. Yes, at or above horizontal. That's your target. But as I said at the end of last time, there is no prize for that unless you're in competition. All right. There's no prize for that, right? But if you were getting graded by a judge, they would like to see it at least this high, right? Or this high, right? So if you can get it a little higher, that's great. The other thing you can do that you may or may not be able to do is for all of the kicks, ideally, you're protecting all of them. I can't get the right one. Here we go. You want the sole of your foot. You want to bend in. You don't want to be like this. You want to bring it in a little bit. And I can't bend my knees far enough because I've had way too many surgeries. I was 40 years without being able to bend my knees. So, but if you can bend your knees, your sort of arch of your foot will be next to, will be sort of pointed towards your knee. Yes, Erlyn.
So that in space, the sole of your foot kind of coming to protect, that's done by a slight rotation outward of the thigh to bring or is it just the foot itself?
It is. No, it is a slight outward rotation of the thigh. Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah, although, yes. Hang on. I believe it is. Yeah, paradoxically, I believe it is, but you're not, make sure you're covering. I mean, you certainly don't want to be like this, right? You want to be covering, so it's not more than a 45-degree opening. And when you come up, no matter where you have stepped, there's just a lot of stuff here. Most of it's very natural. You're going to be inside the corner on these, but it's going to be as if you were at the corner. You're always going to be 45 degrees between this and this, at least before you kick. So it's a whole bunch of stuff about kicks. So just to review, you are, if your kicking direction is going to be off towards the corner, then one foot is going to be at or near that corner, depending on what kick you're doing. And you're going to be 45, your chest is going to be 45 degrees away from the kicking direction. So if it's this kick, or if it's this kick, or whatever it is, you're always open at least 45 degrees, usually 45 degrees. Okay, so we've been practicing a lot of this stuff that way, right? We've had our feet here and yeah, we've had our foot out and we've practiced this way. Actually, I guess we haven't had our our body, but we've had our foot out there when we've been doing this. So,
Question.
so let's go through what the footwork is here for this kick. All right. So I'm going to do it from both sides this way. So we begin here. We begin in a left empty step. So we're going to come shift back, bring the foot in and out towards the corner. But when we do, and I'll show you this in a minute, we're going to be, I want your heel thinks it's going out towards the corner. I have to show you this way. Sorry. Watch just the footwork. Sorry. I think it'll work this way. Okay. You're going to feel like you're actually stepping sort of sideways. And I want you to step with your heel. And then if you have a sense, so you're not going to step as long as you usually do. You're going to feel like you're stepping wider this way. Okay? And instead of going towards the corner, I want you to be inside the corner. Okay? So it's going to feel, so you may want to put that heel down and then just imagine your toes going inside the corner. All right? And then you're going to shift. Then the way this is going to work is you're going to come up. And for right now, we're not going to come up very high. But did you see? Oh, we're going to shift our weight. Sorry. In this one, we're going to shift our weight onto this foot completely. Then we're going to come in and up and kick out and back. All right. So from the side, we're going to shift our weight back, bring our foot in. Step towards the side and a little forward with our heel. Know where 45 degrees is, but be inside it. Then we're going to shift our weight. Then we're going to shift our weight like a bow step, right? Then we're going to move forward and come up. Our knee is going to point 45 degrees from this foot at this moment. So it's also inside a corner. Then when you kick, you can kick there in that direction, or you can kick in the true corner direction, but you cannot kick further to the right. Those are the rules of the game. So let's see if I can do it from here with you. From here, shift back, bring the left foot in. Step out with the heel. That would be 45. I'm coming in. Heel, ball, toe, bend knee. Then shift your weight fully, stand up. Lift your foot, lift this part as you stand up. If you're going up. If you're not going up, then just bring it in, right? And then out to kick. And then bring it back in. If it's up here, out and bring it back in. Are you able to see the footwork when I do it that way? Yes. Okay, let's practice that. One more time. Shift all the way back. Bring your foot to neutral, right? Just let it sort of bend and come in neutral. Step a little bit to the front, but feels like it's wide with the heel. Point the rest of your foot as you lay it down and shift inside that line, inside the line there. Stand up. And kick. All right, now I'm going to keep going. Any questions about the footwork? Okay. Here are the arms. Okay. Here are the arms. They're not, that's just the first part that's kind of hard. Okay. So here we are. So if you can put yourself, look over your right shoulder and look at me. Right. So it looks good or whatever. This is the right arm. All right. I want you to imagine that your arms are like on a sort of like riding on top of a stone or a turntable. One's on top and one's on the bottom. Your palms are right, Michael. Perfect. Except it's a little bigger than that. Yeah, exactly. Like they're on it. And here comes, it's going to turn like a clock. So your right hand goes to the right and your left hand comes to the left on this turntable. It's kind of an oval turntable. It's weird. And then they keep circling. And as you start to finish that circle, right, because you're closing your arms now, if you start to finish that circle, this hand is going to come up. So it was like this. It was in its original position, but it comes up like this. Nice. Nice. So now you're closed. You're in close, right? You keep circling. Actually, when that happens, you'll be almost closed, probably. And then you keep the circle going, right? And when you get to about this point, you're going to be stepping to the corner and moving weight. And in that moment, your arms separate. And you've got one of these things going on again with these fingers kind of pointing towards the middle forearm. Nice. Right. Then this right arm, just you're going to have to look over your shoulder, right? You're going to turn your whole upper body. Right. And I realize you're like looking over your shoulder like this, but you won't be looking there. Right. Nice, nice. Then you're going to stand up and get ready to kick. And then you're going to kick out with those kicking arms. Right. And then when you're done, when you're about to bring your right foot back in, bend it, you rotate like this. So you just rotate both arms like you were screwing something in, you know, like this. And let's see. Oh, you were like this? No, I'm sorry. You were like this. Your left arm just comes to the shoulder like a strike, and your right arm rotates. So let's go through that again. From here, your arms are on this turntable or grinding stone. We're going to start that stone moving, and it's going to go like this. At about this point, you've stepped in. And then as you come up here to your shoulder, you're going to sit this hand. And then you finish the circle. As soon as you've sort of got underneath this arm, the upper arm, you're going to be going heel, ball, toe, bend knee to the corner, and you're going to separate these arms. You're going to feel like you're moving away. Then close your arms, turn your upper body, stand up, look where you're going to kick, and then kicking arms and kick, and then change your arms, rotating the right one, bringing the left one to your shoulder while you bring your foot back in, your kicking foot back in. So I'm going to talk you through that, and we're not going to go really up, okay? We're going to give it a try. Any questions about the arms? We're going to go through it, whole thing next time. This is a lot, right? That's why there's such a buildup. And you thought it was all about the kicking and how hard kicking would be. No, it's all about the arms and the coordinations. Right. Okay, so here we go. From here, we're gonna shifting our weight back, turning our body a little bit to the right. There is no weight on my front foot. So my front foot can come in as they continue to circle and then go out. And right at this moment, it's cross your arms, close your arms and step. We've done that kind of thing before. Then start heel, start moving towards shifting your weight to the left. And as you're bending your knee, you're separating those arms. I want your left elbow over your left knee. So look down, say, hey, I did that, or oops, whichever way it is. Then you're going to turn your upper body back to the corner to bring that arm in. Nice. Now I want you to push with the ball of your right foot to come stand on your left foot. You don't have to do anything else. You're still looking where you are. And stand up and bring your right foot to get ready to do, let's just say it's a little kick with just having your toe on the floor, right? And then you're going to look to the right, kicking arms, kick out, and then bend your knee back to put your foot where it was. Nice. Nice. All right, let's do it again. I'm going to get a little closer to you, I think. Let's get a little closer to you. Here. I'm here. Ready? Shifting back, weight comes off. Bring it in, circling around, close, step. You step to the corner. Well, it's inside the corner, right? Shifting your weight, continue the circle. You're about halfway. Bend your knee. Your gaze follows this right arm. For now, just go check, make sure you've got your elbow over your knee. And close your upper body and your arms. Nice. Push with that back ball of your foot and stand up. Get ready to kick. Look where you're kicking. Kick. Foot comes back. Bend your knee when you're done. All right, so that's the coordinations. We're going to be working on all of this next week. All right, I just wanted to get through the basics. And one more time, you just have to do it like this. So we're going to do we're not going to do cloud hands. We're going to do single whip. We're just going to go from single whip to high pad on horse to this move. Okay. So from single whip, high pad on horse, shifting back, activating our arms, getting ready to strike, moving our foot and execute. One out, one in. Right separation kick. Shifting back, circling our arms. And in and step, close, and separate. Turn your upper body, close your arms. Now stand on that left foot, come up, look, kick, rotate your right arm, bend your knee, and at your shoulder. Question? One more time. Still says we have time. Let's do it again. Yeah, from here. High pad on horse. Shifting back. Change our footwork. High pad on horse. Right separation kick. Shifting back. Circling our arms. Left foot in and out. And separate our arms as we shifted our weight. Close. Stand up. Lift up. Straighten that left leg. Look. Kick, kicking arms. Adjust your arms and come in. All right. You know, you folks actually look like you're doing it. It's really cool. I know you don't know it. I completely get it. I completely get it. We're going to do it next week and you will have the video to work on. So this is a big one. We can take as long as we need. And then there's one very similar and it's on the other side. So it's a lot like doing left and right brush knees. So, and it'll be lots to do. Any final questions? All right, so let me remind you, I'm gonna say Tongjimen Zaichen, and you're gonna say Lausche Zaichen. All right. Tongjimen Zaichen.
Oh, sure. Thanks, Sam.
Nice, thank you.
Yes, not easy balancing on carpet.
No, it isn't. So I
I'm
really
like-
strongly recommend you go through the coordinations and you just keep your footwork really small and try to get the coordinations. And then when you're in your kitchen, lots of counters, lots of, or your bathroom or something, you can practice this, and but keep it small. You can even keep, this one's nice that way. You can even keep that foot on the floor, so if you start to lose it, you've got it right there. There's a real tendency for folks to get small as they get scared, resist it. Remember what I said? It's like if you ever seen someone do tightrope, they put their arms out, right? Or they put a big, they hold a big stick. You'd think it'd be terrible, but no, if they're walking on a tightrope, it helps them to balance. Okay, so having your arms out or having a big body shape will actually, paradoxically, keep you more balanced. maybe it's that you notice when your balance is off more. I'm not exactly sure how it works here or how it works here or how it works psychologically. I don't know all that. I just know it works.
I like it when you told us to look down, make sure your elbow is over your knee. What that does is gives me a focal point. And now I'm saying, okay, you don't stop here. You bring it all the way around, so you have a focal point, and then you stay with that focal point through the rest of the movement. That makes sense?
Nice, nice. Yes, exactly. That's true. You've connected those, and then, I mean, you're not looking at it, but you've connected them, and then yes, it will move a little bit when you do it, but yeah, more next time.
All right.